past weekend, the Celebration of Life Memorial Service was held for the late, great rapper DMX at the Barclays Center in New York. DMX was even escorted to the service in a Rough Riders monster truck, which led him through the streets of Brooklyn. Everyone showed up to pay their respects, including DMX's ex-wife, Tashera Simmons, who, during an emotional speech, took time to recognize DMX's fiancée, Desiree Lindstrom. It was an extremely powerful moment. Take a look.
As I close, I am going to recognize Desiree, because from day one, real women do real things. I'm a real woman, and I'm a woman of God. That woman is a woman of God. She's in training, she's in the work, she ain't perfect, but she love that man. And that's why I love you.
The two women also shared an emotional embrace following Tashera's speech, which was shared all over social media, with many people saying, quote, "That's what real women do." Ladies, what do you think of the moment these two women shared?
Ooh, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps because it shows a lot of respect. It shows a lot of love, not only for DMX's legacy, but for him as a man and as a father, the fact that they can come together. Who knows what these women have been through? The fact, maybe this is what DMX wanted all along, and it's finally happening. I think it's beautiful for the kids to see. And it's so good to see women just embracing one another. No matter what happens, when we become a force, we're so much stronger. I thought that was a really beautiful, powerful moment, and I would love to see that more and more and more and more.
I think when people pass, you see the best of people, and you can see the worst of people. And I know that, you know, his ex-wife went through so much. They were televised on Marriage Boot Camp. There were a lot of outside children. She really tried to make it work. So she didn't have to do it, and that's why everybody was just so... I think, you know, ladies, I think we're so accustomed to seeing women on reality shows fight that when we see real life stuff like this, we're like, oh my God, this was supposed to happen. But we're so accustomed to seeing them throwing shoes at each other or, you know, snapping. So, you know, this is just something that was beautiful, and I'm glad that it, you know, that it got to happen. So, you know,
absolutely beautiful.
And I'm also excited for Tashera's life moving on from here, because I do believe that when you take that hardest road and you forgive and you really let bygones be bygones, or you choose to forget, or whatever the move is for you to genuinely, which that obviously we could all see was very genuine, to build that bridge, I believe God promotes you in such a dynamic way that you would never have experienced without making that move. Like, God gives us those opportunities to actually take that notion and do the hardest thing, even if it does maybe have other people ridicule you, or maybe you have your self-doubt. But when you actually make the gesture and it builds that dam, and then all the water is just like flowing and breaks the dam, it's just, you feel the healing and it begins. And so I'm excited for her life, because I think she will immediately begin to experience that, because I've seen God do that in many ways for me.
That is incredible. I really do believe that you have to release any bitterness. Like, bitterness is not the way, like crazy enough, just as much as she's doing that for that other woman, she's really ultimately doing that for herself. Like Jeannie said, to clear space in her heart, in her spirit. And that woman has been through so much, and she's obviously just such an incredibly strong woman with a huge heart. And she is a woman of God, and I think that really, truly is an example of a woman of God. And I think that that's just amazing. And to put that on display, they have children that are siblings. What does that mean for those children? I'm sure that means that's such a significant moment for them to see their moms come together. So I just think that that's just such a beautiful and special moment, and I hope that we can all learn from it.
Definitely.
I agree with you. I agree with you.